Hi everybody, it's been a long time since we've been together, so I wanted to make sure that I could review what you guys worked on yesterday, so you could hear my lovely voice because I'm sure you've missed it. And you worked on multiplying monomials yesterday, so I want to continue that today, but I want to apply it to some geometry. So I have a rectangle here for my first problem, and I want to find the area of this rectangle. So length times width, my length I have 5a squared b squared, times the width of 3a squared b. And this is multiplication, so it doesn't matter which term I write first. With the commutative property, I can multiply in any order I want to and still get the correct answer. Now, yesterday, whenever you first started to review the different kind of multiplication monomials, they didn't jump straight to a rule, so I wanted to think about what we're doing and not so much think about what the rule is for multiplying here. So thinking about what's being actually multiplied here, I'm going to write this out. 5 times a times a times b times b times 3 times a times a times b. So let's think about what we're doing here. This is what all I'm multiplying together here. Okay, so if I take my coefficients here, 5 and 3, and I multiply them together, I will get 15. Okay, now looking at all of my a's, a times a times a times a. That would be 4 a's being multiplied together, and I would write that as a to the 4th power. And then with my b's, I have b times b times b, and that would give me b cubed. Now I need to label this. It's area. I am multiplying here. I didn't tell you inches or feet or anything, so I'm doing units times units, which gives me units squared. All right, coming down to the next shape, we're going to look at a triangle. And a triangle's formula is not length times width. We have to switch it up here. If you need to look up your formulas because you don't have your formula sheets at home, just go ahead and Google them. So in this particular problem, I'm going 1/2 times the base is 9p cubed, and my height here is 4p. So again, let's think about what we're doing. So I'm taking 1/2 times 9 times p times p times p times 4 times p. Now if I go through and I look at my coefficients here, we're multiplying. It doesn't matter what order I multiply in. If I want to take 1/2 times 4 and get 2, and take 2 times 9 and get 18, that's probably a lot easier for me if I don't have a calculator than to do 1/2 times 9 times 4. With the commutative property, I can multiply in whatever order I want to and still get the correct answer. Now looking at my p's, p times p times p times p, and they are all being multiplied together. So when I'm multiplying the same term over and over, I can represent it with an exponent. So I am multiplying 4 p's together. So it would be 18p to the 4th power. Now as for the label here, I have 1/2, it does not have a label, it's part of the formula. 9p cubed units times 4p units gives me units squared. So the answer to this area problem is 18p to the 4th power units squared. Okay, now we're going to change up and do some volume, and I have a cube down here. And we know that every side of a cube is the same size, they're all congruent. So to find volume of this cubed, I am doing volume equals s to the 3rd power. So my side here is 3a cubed, and I am supposed to cube that, so I'm going to put it in parentheses here. Now we should remember from last year, to help you out, I would tell you that we're going to make lines here for what all we're multiplying out together here. And this exponent on the outside is telling me I need 3 sets of this monomial 3a cubed. So I'm going to make 3 lines because of the exponent on the outside that tells me I need 3 sets of this. And on each of these lines, I'm going to put 3a cubed. And again, I'm doing this because the outside exponent is telling me I need 3 sets of this. So this is referred to power of a power kind of problem. But again, I want us to think about what we're doing and not necessarily try to figure out what the rule is here. So in this particular problem, looking at my coefficients, 3 times 3 is 9, and 9 times 3 is 27. Now I want us to think about what we're doing here. A times 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 A gives me, I said it 9 times, so a to the 9th power. And this is volume. And the reason why my label is going to be units cubed is not specifically because it's volume, but because I'm taking units times units times units. So it is units cubed. Hopefully this helped jog your memory a bit. We did a little bit of this last year. If you have any questions, you know how to get in touch with me. Just send me a message on Remind or through our Google Classroom. And I hope everyone is doing well. Take care. Until next time, have a good day, guys.